but today we are going to go through some stretches that will help with your splits, all three splits, your left, right, and your middle. So yeah, if you guys want to go watch the stretching video, that'll help just all around with your hips and your legs. But I'm going to give like a couple key stretches, I guess, that will help with your splits. So first we want to start out by stretching. Make sure you warm up and stretch first. But some stretches to do can be your butterfly, just warming up your hips and opening those hips up. And you can like press down on your legs. Make sure you're keeping your feet together and you're not like letting them turn out. So you keep them together and push them down. And you can lean forward, still keeping your feet together though. Another one for your hips, if you put one leg over the other and you lean forward, that's a good hip opener. It stretches like in here. And then you just do that to the other side. Okay, and then another stretch that is good for your splits is the, like we call it a triangle pose. So you bring one leg in front of you and the other leg back in like a 90-degree angle. And then you just lean forward, stretching your hamstring and getting that warmed up. I feel like that's one of the biggest muscles, I guess, you can pull when you're trying to stretch for your splits. So you want to make sure that you're warming it up. So just lean forward and keeping your back straight and just try to get your chest to your knee. And you can rock it forward to counter stretch. This is also a good one. If you're like pressing forward, it'll stretch your quad. You can even come up and press forward. And then we just do that to the other side. So we're going to go into the triangle pose. And then stretch forward. Get in the quad. Also, to stretch your quads, you can pull your foot forward. But make sure you're getting that nice angle and you're not up. You won't be able to stretch like that. And then I'm going to do that to the other side. Okay, and I always like to go back to my butterfly again just to warm up my hips some more, I guess, and stretch them out. This is like my favorite stretch, so yeah, I do it a lot. Okay, so tips for your splits. If you are not there, do not worry. It's going to take lots of time. I think I didn't get mine until like the end of 8th grade year. I think I'm a sophomore, so it's been a while, but it took me a long time as well. So tips that you can use for your splits. When you go into your splits, do not like lean to one side, I guess. Make sure your front leg is straight. Get it straight. And then your back leg can be bent as long as this one is straight, but do not like lean forward because that's not a good stretch, and don't make sure you're not like out because that does not feel good at all. So you want to make sure that you're sitting up as much as possible, and just like breathing. If you breathe, and then if you're like really close, I'm sure you can get it, and just make sure you're breathing as well. so your muscles are getting used to the position, and they're not like freaking out and you pull something, because that would not be good. So even if you're here, you can breathe, and on your outs, sink down lower to get your splits. And you kind of just like want to keep doing that, I guess. You can do like pulses when you're in your splits, and I don't know, just keep breathing so you're not like freaking your muscles out. So then whatever you do on one side, do on the other, because if you don't, then you'll have one really flexible leg and the other one will not be flexible, and you need flexibility on both sides. So it's okay to keep your back leg bent as long as your front leg is straight. So just keep that one back and stay up, and you can do some pulses and make sure you're breathing. And make sure always in your split as well, your knee is down, like on the ground. You don't want it turned out, because that's not like a proper split, and it's an easier way to like not get your split correctly. So you want to make sure that you're always on top and you're breathing, and just keep breathing. And if you're super flexible already, you can turn into your middle split, but I don't suggest trying it if you don't have your splits. It's even hard for me. And then just go back to your butterfly, and you can bring your legs together to release some pressure. And then some stretches for your middle splits. In my other video, I did like the frog, so you just put your legs out to the side of you, and you want your feet flexed, and you just kind of sit here for a little bit. If you aren't feeling a stretch, you can put your hands out in front of you and push yourself back. You get more of a stretch like that. And then roll forward and go into like a diamond. You can't see. So then you want to get your feet to the ground, and this is a good hip opener as well. And you can switch on and off, and then go both. You want to make sure your hips are on the ground though. And then you can come up, and that's also a good one if I forgot what I was gonna say. Never mind. But then you can release some pressure. I know my legs are always tight, so releasing some of the pressure like helps, I guess, make them not hurt as much. It's like a good hurt though. It should never be a bad hurt. But then, if you want to try your splits after all those stretches, then feel free to. I think you would actually be surprised at how far you can get. But like I said, it doesn't matter like how low you are or whatever, as long as your posture is good, I guess. So yeah.